Today we are talking about letting go. I have done a preliminary reading, and the cards coming out is the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. This is about money. Now, I don't know what else is going to happen. I'm waiting for you to come in and hit that like button. But we're talking about letting go, and we're talking about making more money, and we're talking about how hard you've been working. So if you know you've got concerns about money, your work, a part of me wants to say, let go of this hard work so your money can come in. But I'm like, who the hell are you to make such a claim? What? I would never say that. So I'm intrigued. I want to let spirit come in. I want to let the divine come in and take control of this. Let's keep going. Seven of Cups is following this. This is still the preliminary. Five of Cups is following that. Ten of Wands is following that. Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We're looking at Two of Pentacles here as well. Nine of Cups and Knight of Swords. This is the preliminary energy. The guides are driving this reading more than I am. I'm going to let them do their job, and then I'm going to shuffle and we're going to carry on. We're definitely leading into the main reading with Three of Cups. There's something to celebrate. There's real positive energy here. Something real good wants to come in after all of your hard work and manifestation. But there's been no time for this to arrive. So straight away, the preliminary story that I'm seeing is I'm connecting with a King of Pentacles, regardless of sign. The signs would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but regardless of the earth sign energy here, this is about your earthly life, the money that you're making. You are focusing on an Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, a new lump sum of money, a new offer. This is specifically about a coin, a new chunk of money. So listen, crypto, stocks, commodities, bonds, shares, assets, housing, new home, mortgage, funding, being crowned, being honoured, being rewarded, being awarded, getting a YouTube plaque, for example. It's earthly things that in this case are coming to you after your hard work. You look established, incredibly established. Boss, CEO, higher level position, yeah? Entrepreneur, manager, leader in your craft. Really up there. You sit by yourself, you're independent, you could work from home or work remotely at this time. I don't see a lot of people around you. So however you've made your money and your net worth, you've done it independently on your own. You could like spending time in nature too. A lot of energy about climbing trees came through in quite a few of the readings I put out already, or a few readings that I didn't put out actually because they were quite personal to me. But this is definitely a collective reading, and there's a lot of earth here. So who I'm connecting with, getting out in nature more, making more natural money. This gives to me stocks, trading energy and crypto energy, because this person's making a lot of money by themselves. Whatever you do, or you could work from home. You could work on your computer most of the time and work from home, because that looks like a decent, juicy life that you've made for yourself. You could have a big house, you could have a mansion, you could have a beautiful garden path, you could have fields and land, or you could be wanting to manifest more land, travel more. You want a bigger house, you want to buy an extension to the land that you have on your house, you want to extend the land. I'm looking at a house that has a certain amount of acres. You want to buy more acres to extend where you're at now. And if that's not physically extending the acres of your land, that is extending extending the acres of your net worth, of your digital life, of central and decentralized living. There's an expansion that you want. I'm saying it in this weird way because I'm in the process of developing the metaverse and understanding quantum field theory from a metaverse scope, yeah? New ways of and ideologies of tech, weavering out. I'm using weird words with you guys as well. Weavering out, is that even a word? Like I'm really. I want to do autistic stuff. Like I really want to go I want to go somewhere really different, atypical, So you may be on the spectrum, you may do stuff at the desk that's weird, you may do facial expressions and mouth things, and you might do that little click thing. I do that every now and then, and I do make a little weird sound, and I do hand things, but I don't do it all the time. But I'm connecting with someone who, if you're spending a lot of time on your own, you're picking up a lot of unique traits. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just functioning. Sometimes when I'm talking and I do readings for me or other people, or even on here, sometimes when I don't know what I'm going to say next, I have to go, and then the answer will come. Weird traits. No one else will really probably notice this. I notice it because I worked with autistic children for a long time, and I know they do a lot of that, and they do a lot of and those kind of sounds. So that kind of may be going on. So I mean, weird that we're going here, but I'm being asked to talk about self-regulation a little bit more. It's also good for me to be aware of this, because I talk over here and I scramble and go blah blah blah, and my words are getting a little bit sporadic and out there, and I'm like, whoa, let me slow it down as a reader, because I'm going a bit too fast. So whoever I'm connecting with, there's so much coming out of you. Let's just pull back a little bit, be a little bit more conscious and mindful about how we're delivering this message, because there is a lot going on here. A lot of imagery, a lot of stimuli, a lot of pieces to the conversation. Let's scale it back and slowly understand where we're going on this journey, because you have big dreams, and there's been a lot of resistance in your way to achieve this. In order for this to come in, and for us not to get too carried away and caught up in the layers of the vibration, the excitement and overwhelm of this new discovery and this expansion and desire for wealth and manifestation, let's slowly weave through all of these emotions. A lot of grief in the past. 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups. 7 of Cups is my least favorite vibration, because there's 7 different things going on in the mind at once, and they're all rapid, and they're all, it's the rapids. You see, you know what the rapids are, right? I've got taught from a very young age, when I was on a school trip, that if you get caught in the rapids in your kayak, you're fucked. Stay away from the white rapids. It's dangerous, yeah? Because canoe, kayak, whatever you're doing, right? This is the vision I'm getting in my mind. But I've got the paddle in my hand, and you're doing left, right. You're just going back and forth, yeah? But if you see the rapids up ahead of you, you need to move the fuck out of the way quick. And you've been in the rapids in your mind. You've been in the rapids in your mind, and it has been a burden, and it's blocked your passion. You ever had too much passion that it just starts burning up out of control? There's a wildfire suddenly, because your mind is either a wildfire full of passion that cannot be tamed, or you're in the white rapids, and we can't do anything with that. Imagine having a mind that's bouncing from the rapids to a wildfire, rapid to the wildfire. That's a polarity on a spectrum. That's the difference between high latency and low latency within the mind. High functioning and low functioning. That's why I'm talking to someone who is also on the spectrum of monotropism, ASD, ADHD, hyper attention deficit disorder, right? You're on the spectrum. That's fine. So am I. That's why I can see your energy. That's why I slowed it down. Sometimes my readings over here are awful, because I'm just but then I'm like, oh shit, slow it down. It's got to make sense. Yeah? Even when I talk to people all the time and I'm kind of in my own bubble, sometimes I'm just so out there, so full on, so much going on, that I'm not realizing the muggles are still out there living muggle lives. So me talking like this is really not going to be great for the muggles, because they're not going to understand a word I'm saying. So we've got to slow down and come back to Earth. And we haven't even left Earth. We're just fucking around in the quantum field that's slightly above our heads, because we are absolutely awake in this new world. You've been offering yourself and your time and your energy in really new age ways. So whatever you're building and developing, it's incredibly unique. I'm getting drawn to a back and forth, and I've just spoken about that with the rapids. We've got another card out talking about switching energy, fast and slow, between two things that you really do love. This is a brand new beginning. When you get to know something and it's new and exciting, you dive into it. When I get a new buzz and a new feel for something, I dive in. When I first discovered the crypto space and the digital space in relation to white papers and how it connected with Web3 and decentralization and my business, I was obsessed. I was screaming from the rooftops. I felt like I'd just cracked the biggest code in the world, and coding and encryption and everything I've ever done in my life was in front of my face, and it made total and utter sense. And I was just nerding out, and I was obsessed, and I just wanted to dive into conversation with anyone who would receive me about this topic, and no one could really receive me. And it was really burdensome. I was bouncing back and forth between the energy that's showing up here today, which is that rapid of emotions. I'm overwhelmed by how amazing this is, and I've got so much passion about this, and they're just crashing and bumping heads. All my friends couldn't understand me. I was just so weird, and I've always been a bit of crazy Lou, and oh, we love you, you're so out there, you've always got the ideas, you've always got the plans, you're the best hostess with the mostest, we love you, you're great. But to take it up a whole nother level in business while everyone's still working a standard 9 to 5, and I'm out here building metaverse technology that seems impossible to establish, it leaves people confused, which then rubs off on your energy and leaves you overwhelmed and intimidated to even make such a suggestion in this world. Yeah, so come home to yourself. Remember who you are and fill yourself up with positive affirmations, please. Whether you're male or female, young or old, I don't care, right? Don't tell me that your demographic tells you that you can't be affirmative in language. Don't tell me that your religion or your faith is going to stop you from using affirmations, or praying more, or using a different prayer technique, or go to church more frequently. What do you need to integrate into your life? You need balance. That's why we're here today. I'm so happy that I can come and deliver this message, and I think that's really cool. Because there is a lot going on in your life, and it is money related, and there are opportunities coming your way, and you don't need to slow down or speed up, but you do need to be more conscious about the difference in your ascent this time. Do you hear that? The difference in your ascent this time. You've ascended before in different ways. I'm talking about ascent. So your ascent to a new pay packet, your ascent to a new social standing, your ascent to a new net worth, new social group, new position in business. You're ascending. You're reaching a new, I want to say acronym. Why would I say that? That's weird. That doesn't make sense. But sometimes stuff I say don't make sense, but it comes out for a reason. So I just left it, right? But there's some new label that you're taking on, some new way of speaking, a new way of doing, a new way of approaching, a new social circle. There's something new materially grounding you in higher levels of pursuit of your work that's going to require you to balance out more things that you've dreamed and wished for in your reality, and let go of the burden of the swish from left to right of this. Because once again, it's that canoe or that paddle. When you're not even paddleboarding, it's kayaking, where you've got the left and the right. Yeah, left, right, left, right, left, right, and you've got, it's so annoying because if you go to the right, you go one way. You go to the left, you go to the other way. You have to equally do it the same amount of time to stay straight. You've got to stay on the straight and narrow. Oh, that's significant if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, if you're taking a lot of drugs. Sometimes our drugs are what? I spoke earlier on some other reading. I don't think that reading went out either, but I spoke about gambling addiction, and I spoke about possible crypto addiction. Yeah? So addicted to work, addicted to crypto, addicted to tarot, addicted to readings, addicted to different... addicted to a certain social standard is what I see. You can have the life that you wish for and dreamed of. I can see it here. But can you balance it out? That's the mastery. Because now you're canoeing in real life. Now you're kayaking in real life. You need to balance out all of these things that you've got in your life that are bringing your dreams into reality, okay? Not only that, but you feel like you're pushed out of something that you have been really passionate for. You've been pushed away from your true wish fulfillment. Because now underneath, I've got 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands, all in a line. So your hard work has burdened you because there's so much passion there, but you haven't been able to turn that into a brand new beginning, including all of these wands. You've collected so much passion, you need to integrate into one, and that's the Avatar, Last Airbender energy. You need to master your fire element. Not only that, Ace of Pentacles followed by the Five of Cups, followed by the Four of Cups, is talking about Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, but you're busy grieving over something that you didn't get in the past. You're blocked by new success because you keep looking back. I already spoke about burning those bridges and that Lot energy, being Lot's wife, where she's looking back and being turned into a pillar of salt. Stop looking back. I just put out a tarot and talk, which is the most important tarot talk of my life. And I was looking back, but not in a way I have in the past. I was surrendering to my ascent, my new journey, my new life, and I was owning where I'm at now. And I was making peace with the fact that what I believe in now and what I believe destined for me, and where I feel I'm positioned financially in the future in line with those people at the top of the chain who's ascending, and where I think my tech's going to be, I've had to kind of make space for that in my mind and own that in relation to why I was so traumatized about my past, because I felt like that life wasn't for me. So I've had to open up a new doorway, walk into my new life and sit there and go, this is where I feel like I am financially, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This is who I feel like I am destined to be, in line with these people. But who I've come and where I've come from and who I've been would not suggest that. But I've got to close that door because I don't need any suggestive ideologies that are not my true heart's desire and where God desires me to go and what God has given me the strength to believe in. I must believe in my God voice, the voice that lifts me up, makes me happy, loves me relentlessly. I need more love in my life and more affirmative language and more belief. And it has to come from me, not anyone else. King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Three of Cups. You want to celebrate something, but you can't celebrate until you get these 7 cups out your head. You've got too many cups. You can't celebrate with all of this stuff going on in your head, and no one else can do this for you but you, okay? You've been resisting change. You've been watching something online that is your destiny, but you've been blocked from it because your mind is still full of toxic energy. Devil cards coming out to talk about your Seven of Cups energy. I say devil energy, so let me be clear. I'm talking about negative work. You haven't done the shadow work entirely. You haven't transmuted that negative energy. You need to go within. There's a relationship you need to look at. You need to accept victory in the situation that you'you've had. Victory and losses need to be identified, clarified in your mind. Whether you journal about it, write about it, speak to someone else about it. Spell casting. Speaking is casting a spell, manifesting. That's why I speak on everything and I just tweet whatever I want on X, on social media, because until it comes out of my mouth and I make it public and known to some degree, whether or not it even gets a single view, I've spoke it on a public ledger and I've affirmed it to my highest self. I've allowed myself to ascend and reach ascent through a higher altitude of communication, prophecy, confidence in that inner knowing. I've powered myself forward with positive affirmation, and that's the point here. Emperor's coming out with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Swords. You've been lying to yourself about something. Heartache, Queen of Cups. If you're a masculine, you're dealing with a feminine and a heartbreak. You haven't been dealing with that. You haven't tempered that energy out. Someone could be going back and forth on ideas and back and forth on something because there's a back and forth in a relationship and you're avoiding dealing with emotions in a relationship. Ace of Cups is coming out on top of that. Empress, yeah. If you're a female, you've been going back and forth with a relationship yourself. Hear that? Masculine, if this is you engaging, you have gone back and forth about your passion and your victory in a relationship, and there's been some lies, I'm sorry, but you've been lying to yourself about how you really feel about a feminine, and there's been this Three of Swords wrapped up in these emotions because you haven't been able to get into your feminine vibration and deal with your true feelings, and your work suffering because of that. Your work life, your personal life, your life has been suffering. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, hit the like if it resonates, but your life has been suffering because you haven't been able to fall into your feminine and deal with this energy, and deal with a feminine. You need to fall in your feminine. You need to fall into a feminine vibration and deal with a feminine. Could be anyone in your life, colleague, mother, sister, lover. But then if you are a feminine listening to this, flip and reverse it. It's a situation where feminine, you're not falling into your feminine vibration. You're focusing on work. You're focusing on a masculine. You're focusing on someone else who's the boss or got all the power in your opinion. You're not leveling up. You're not balancing out the emotions, and you're lying to yourself about moving on, because you're not really moving on, and you're apologizing for being you. Stop apologizing for being yourself, feminine. The feminine keeps sacrificing and putting blockages on her career and her future ascent because she keeps apologizing to a masculine or to her past life in this lifetime, past experience, past people, past memories, because you're worried about whether or not it's justice or the right thing to do to move on your own. Both of you, masculine and feminine, listening, you're struggling to move forward on your own. You're waiting for someone else to make a choice or decision for you. But that choice and decision is going to be on you and you alone. Wow, how powerful is this today? Not only that, we've got a lot of old energy that needs to be poured out. There's other readings that have come out. The 5D reading on here, which talks about heaven and hell. Please go and check that out, because that was someone who was dealing with betrayal and a heavier energy. Someone needs to put a sexy relationship to rest. Yeah, if a relationship was based on wait, look at this. What is this? Someone here, and it gives me masculine, wants to take a risk, or a feminine wants to take a risk to a more emotional masculine. There's an emotional masculine who wants to take a risk, or a feminine who wants to take a risk towards a more emotional, fulfilling relationship with a masculine. Then there's the Queen of Wands, Four of Swords, and Five of Wands, which talks about a sexy feminine being put to rest. And because Judgment card's out, being put to rest or being revived. But either way, you've got to move forward. Whether you get back with your ex, whether you move towards this new person, whether you go back to your old career, take on that old job, work with that old person again, or go in a new direction, you have to make a judgment call. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't rest in the middle of conflict. Someone has decided to take a nap in the middle of a battlefield. Do you get what I mean? Imagine there is a fight going on and there's trenches of either side and everyone's shooting, and for some reason it gives me that disorder where you just fall asleep instantly. What's it called? Can't think of it. One of you guys might have that disorder where you just fall asleep suddenly. Yeah? But it looks like someone was charging towards a fight and suddenly you've just taken a nap in the middle of the battle arena. Luckily, you're unhurt because you're sleeping on the middle of the floor and everyone else is running back and forth and everyone's shooting midair. No one's shooting down on the ground. You look like another dead body on the floor. But you're alive and you're sleeping in the middle of a battlefield. Yeah? If this is relationship-wise, because I'm getting it in the middle of business, I'm getting it in the middle of like technology ideologies for Web3 and crypto, because where I'm at now, but I'm also getting it in regards to a relationship, toxicity in a relationship, baby mother drama, baby father drama, issues with in-laws, mothers and fathers fighting with your mother and brother and sister and uncle and auntie, like family wars. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine all your family are arguing in the middle of the room and there's this big argument and discussion and it's all about you and you're just sitting there ignoring them. Do you know what I mean? And there's a massive fight going on and you're just looking like whatever. And everyone's fighting around you. And you're the only one who can resolve the issue. But you've got to walk away. Walk away from whatever's blocking you. If you don't want to deal with it, close the door and move away. You need to finalize this because destiny's on the other side. And the wheel's not turning. There's a cog in the wheel. Because you're choosing to look at this, you're choosing to make a decision, you're resisting evolving into the King of Pentacles that you're meant to be, and you're blocking happiness. This is a real easy situation to resolve, but you're sitting there and not moving. How fascinating is this? Six of Swords here now. With the Eight of Swords, you're holding on to not making a decision, because waiting and not making a decision makes it easier for you to have justice in your own life. It brings less worry. You're still grieving whatever this is. It gives you a smaller position, less control. I wanted to say less control of a business, less control of a company. It's making me think about business percentages. Straight away I'm being drawn to 75% shares, 75% ownership. It's talking about leading figures in a company. So you have 75% of control on the board, right? And Right now, you might have 25%. You might have less than that. You might have smaller shares. When you resolve this issue, you're going to have a bigger share in it, a bigger stake. And that's not something you really want to deal with right now because you don't really want to take on the commitment. But you're in a position where you've been defeated and trying to have strength and you're trying to manifest this. How can you try and manifest something that you're resenting at the same time or pushing away from? Intuitively, you are fearful of this because you know what it's going to require, so you're avoiding it. And that means you're cycling through tower moment of tower moment of tower moment. You're bringing more and more karmic accruing. You're accruing instant karma over and over again in really toxic ways. That's happening in small ways. You feel really unlucky at this time. Shit, that happened. How did that happen? You're having like a cascade of bullshit. Really small stuff, but you can sense that's karmic or that's weird. Why is that happening then? Why is that happening then? How did that happen? What's going on here? Because the sword of truth is remaining in place until you move forward and materialize this. So being out in the cold is only really biting you in the back because the conflict is still arising if you're not there or not. There's other variables already involved in this. So you're the signifying variable that shifts the shape. Yeah? In my head, I'm getting brains, like 1 brain, 2 brain, 3 brain, 4 brains, viscopiscus energy, sacred geometry ideologies, network topology, and actor network theory. All of that's coming to mind. And you're that important electron. You're that important node. You're that important neutron. Yeah? But we can't get to where we need to be going because you haven't got clear sight and established clear meaning over your emotions and your fire. Yeah, you're out in the cold because the idea of having an equal give and take in this situation is something that wow, it looks really positive. So I was expecting to say something negative because I talk as I pull the cards. I'm talking through the narrative of the cards in real time. So something that you want to Queen of Pentacles. Ground, establish. In your eyes, you want to be the Emperor, but you feel like this is going to make you the Queen of Pentacles, but this is still victorious. So it's going to be maybe less money than you think, or not as established as you want to be. The moment that you step into this vibration, you become the Queen of Pentacles, and you decentralize outwards, meaning you immediately expand into the Emperor and the Six of Wands while still being in Hermit, closing out the devil energy. This is about perception and how you feel you're viewed and judgment of you and others, and like how you feel you're going to be perceived by other people. Because like the way I'm looking at the Queen of Pentacles, first time I've ever looked at the Queen of Pentacles like she's less than. Like, that's quite rude to me as well, because I'm like, Queen of Pentacles is my energy, right? So I'm like, since when did the Queen of Pentacles show up in a deck as a negative? And the Queen of Pentacles is coming out with the Six of Wands and the Emperor and the Hermit. But for some reason, the Queen of Pentacles is kind of like, no, I should be more than that. I should be a major arcana. I should be, like, the Emperor's here and the Hermit's here. Someone's not seeing clearly. Feminine, masculine, both of you, whatever you're doing on your journeys, the Queen of Pentacles is a very the Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Wands. Absolute victory over the now moment and mastering a suit. The feminine principles of a suit. Powerful, passionate, moving into the Emperor and the Hermit. This is self-mastery. This is mind, body and spirit. This is true ascension, wealth, non-conformist as well. But someone's looking at this like they want to see what energy would be enough, because the Emperor's here and the Hermit's here. Someone wanted like maybe a Queen of Wands energy, where we saw the Queen of Wands wrapped up in conflict. I can't see what it is that you want, but what it appears what you want is outside of the tarot deck. That's how deep it is. Because I'm looking in my mind like, where's the vision of what they want? Show me, Spirit. And Spirit's not showing me nothing. Spirit's showing me an empty space, a void. What you want is a void. So something that doesn't exist yet. something that's never been created, a period of space and time that is yet to exist, something that you need to manifest uniquely on your own. Because a void, an empty space, is just nothing more than a place, a period of space-time that has yet to been defined with time. Every piece of space needs time for it to be defined. You want to manifest something that's never been defined. First, you need to choose to define it with time. Space and time need to align for there to be affluence, ascent, discovery. How do we discover things? We find it. Then we establish it. Meaning we put a label on it. We put quant and qual on it. We quantify it and we make it qualitative. And then it becomes something solidified, accruable. I keep getting accrue. But now I'm looking at a void that needs chrono time. So I'm looking at someone who is looking at a situation as an exosystem, when really it's a chronosystem pre-time establishment. I don't know who's even going to understand that. I don't even know how I'm even doing readings on the channel like this now. Because I might as well talk to myself in these kind of conversations. If you're still here and you get that, please hit the like. Feel free to subscribe. Because that's a wild concept. But that's the only way I can look at the cards. Some 4D situations here as well. Because we're looking at fantasy, illusion, what can or can't be achieved. Someone doesn't seem to believe in this 4D energy. You know, you move from 4D, you move to 5D next. And everyone thinks 5D is the place to go, but it never really is. That's because people don't understand the ascent of traveling through the void. You have to be willing to travel through the void to establish new time. New time. We don't just get time for no reason. Space is not established without conjuring time into the atmosphere. Can't have space without time, can't have time without space. They both need to go together to establish new. Big bang. I don't want to get confused, everyone, because there's multiple universal constructs coming to my mind how to really define what's going on here. But the truth of the matter is, all we need to know, last card coming out, is you've still got 7 cups in your head spiraling around. That's why I'm about to dive into universal law screaming 777. Because it's too much. You need to overcome these emotional issues and ground all of this into the 3D. Go and sit down, write a list of the 7 things that are bothering you now, that are floating around in your mind, that do or don't make sense in this situation, that's blocking your Queen of Pentacles, and whatever questions and concerns you have about this situation, and then take a risk to address it openly from a feminine standpoint and a masculine and feminine needs to be balanced in conversation here, intuitively, with morals and integrity. High Priestess and the Hierophant coming out together slowly. So this could be a relationship. Yeah, this could be a couple and coming together. That could be that business. I did say seer at the beginning, didn't I? I spoke about the Queen of Wands in this reading, the Queen of Pentacles in this reading. Now I'm looking at counterparts, the High Priestess and the Hierophant coming out slowly, getting over betrayal. Death, and then justice. There we go, finally. Independence, yeah? Worry over independence and waiting so much to overcome this conflict. Oh, bullshit. I'm not looking back at the past again. The truth of the matter is, there's this independence and power that needs to be demonstrated in a communication style, through conversation, through ascension, through death, through slow ascent, a betrayal, a emotional deficit, a breakdown in a relationship, a breakdown in a team, a breakdown in communication. It's the Hierophant and the High Priestess. A beautiful connection, morals and integrity. This is what should have been. This is what we should be looking at. But because the King of Cups, both of you, male and female, listening to this, because your stable emotions weren't grounded and you had all of these other emotions going on, you couldn't take a risk, you couldn't find yourself, you couldn't choose the 3 of Cups, you couldn't establish healthy independence, so you went into a more dark shadow 5D place. You need to bring an end to that with the 10 of Swords, because you've ended up portraying yourself in a way that's not true, or betraying self. You betrayed your self-discovery journey. You've deprived yourself of justice. You're slowly moving that way because it's destined. We saw the cog in the wheel of the Wheel of Fortunes. But that conflict and worry in your mind has been accruing over time because you've just let it. You've been waiting for the worry and unrest to go away. But you're the one manifesting more worry and unrest because it can't go away until you do something about it. You have to actively resolve your issues. 2 of Cups coming out on the way out the door. These readings are so long on this channel at this time because there's always so much more going on than you would see on the surface. There we go, bottom of the deck's 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Cups, lies in a relationship, fear in a relationship. You need to go within and resolve this. The Emperor card in the back of the mind, the future 6 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles out again. 6 of Pentacles next to her. So it needs to be equal give and take in this situation. Victory is here with the 10 of Cups. Go slow, justice is out again. You have to overcome this betrayal and feeling stabbed in the back energy with the 10 of Swords. This death energy, right? Death is with the Emperor. So someone's lost something. You didn't feel you was as successful as you were. There's been a loss in your mind or a loss in a relationship. You've been dethroned in a relationship. So a relationship's come to an end and you're not in the high position that you were in before. Or a business has come to an end and you've lost money and are not in the high position that you were before. You've lost clout. You've lost attention. You've lost viral traction. You've lost the pizzazz that you had. You lost your magic because you've been up in 7 of Cups in your head. Emotional and no resilience, no grounding to that emotion. You've been batting off emotions left and right, not dealing with it. You've been bouncing from that fire energy, too much passion, too much water, and not enough deliverance, not enough equal toe in the line between the two. Your independence has been challenged because you wanted to celebrate something, but instead of diving into this relationship, this situation, this agreement, this new contract, this new business, this ascension that was destined for you in life, you decided to turn your back on it and go into secret celebration, personal celebration, or acting like you're happy and okay, avoiding the issue of what you're really destined for. You were due a victory. You were supposed to win in something, but you ended up portraying a very different image of self and falling on your sword, being really, really upset. And as a result, the Fool card has made you kind of just be trapped in fear, like this is too much of a fool's errand, this is too much of a big risk, I can't do it. You need to go inside ASAP, look at all those 7 things, write them down, get established in your head, because now I'm looking at a Queen of Pentacles coming towards a King of Cups, masculine and feminine energy within inside of you getting balanced. Hierophant's out again with the High Priestess again, give and take. You need to find your masculine and feminine vibration and align it to true self. I've got a range of divine masculine, divine feminine channel readings coming out, and I love them, more importantly because that's me and my masculine and feminine energy talking to each other. That might sound weird if you're all like stereotypical and you can't stand gays and non-binaries and trans ideologies and you're all wrapped in the mind. But it's about your chi, your light and dark, your feminine and masculine, your sun and moon energy talking to each other. When I first studied Twin Flames and learnt about it, the readings I loved the most were the readings where the masculine and feminine were just talking to each other in meditation. And it's on her Soul Frequency channel, pinned at the top of this page in the playlist, I think it's called Twin Flames or Divine Messages or something, and it's why do you silence me? And then the man's like, why do you try to overtake me? Like, it was the most beautiful conversation between masculine and feminine talking back and forth to each other, and it just showed you the different vibrations of masculine and feminine and how our masculine energy views our feminine. And I love that, so I'm doing that over on that channel, her Soul Frequency channel, with the playlist with twin flame readings and stuff, and the divine masculine and feminine kind of love stories, because it allows us to take on different scopes of not only how we're perceived potentially in relationships, but how we're perceiving our own internal self, our darker self, our lighter self, our masculine and feminine selves. It allows us to evolve more, surrender to what could be, what should be, and I like to think that it helps me be more receptive and open to loving in the future and understanding masculine vibration and feminine vibration inside of me and externally too. Last card to close this reading out today, Ace of Wands, Magician at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful way to leave. Be passionate, be powerful in pursuit of what you want in your life. Keep pushing forward. You have to choose morals and integrity all the time above everything else. And you can't keep doing things that make you sad and you're not happy to do. So choose that passion inside of you and push through the illusion, acting like you can't see what's going on. If you can't see, then go inside of yourself and try to see. Meditate, mindfulness, affirmations, words of wisdom. Talk to people that you love and care about. Go and talk to that man. Go and talk to that woman. Go and talk to that business partner. Go and talk to that family member. Go and talk to that friend. Go and talk to Jesus. Go to the church. Go and talk to the rabbi. Go and talk to the man who runs the temple lead. I don't know what we call them. Go and talk to the pastor, the bishop, the priest, whoever we need to talk to. Go and talk to your best friend. Go and talk to your boyfriend. Go and talk to your girlfriend. Go and talk to your spiritual life guru. Go and talk to whoever you need to talk to make peace with this situation so you can get out of this, because it really starts with you just having morals and integrities and speaking your truth and opening up to whoever that person is. It could be you. You could be talking to you in the mirror. The moment you do it, you surrender, you let go, and you step forward into the new you. Yeah? Keep going. Love and light. I'll be back soon with more, okay, guys? Stay positive. Hit like and subscribe. Bye.